I hear the sound of them coming in, but I'm not sure how to see them.
Hover your mouse over the video of me, and then like there should be a thing maybe that with like a little. I don't know. Where is the chat if you don't have your chat?
Hi. Hey. What?
Hey.
What? Amazing.
Hey.
Hey, girlfriend.
Hey.
Hey.
Why don't you get the chat?
I don't know. I don't know how to use Skype very well.
I feel like it's an essential part of our conversation, though.
I agree. I'm looking for it. I hear it occurring. Let me see what happens when I... Did you get that from me? I said hi.
No, I didn't. What the hell is going on?
What? Big one. I did a smiley face. Let's see.
Hold on. Let's have a look. Skype.
Skype stuff.
It is. I feel like it's normally like pretty functional. I don't quite understand why it's.
Maybe I know what I bet it is. I bet we're on different versions.
Okay. Hey, how about I chat you these links in GChat?
Yeah. Let's make the most of like all the options that we have.
Yeah. Let's be intertextual.
Let's.
Okay.
Why not?
First, this is cassette player.
Uh-huh.
These are the like very techie LeBrons that I would get if I was like rich and didn't have any like material like qualms about materialism.
Okay. Whoa.
Those are the really tall Kobe's that I find interesting and that I would also get if I was rich and didn't have qualms about materialism.
Ooh, those are pretty.
Those are the fine airmaxxins. Which were featured
The
in.
ones with the gradient soles. Which ones are those?
Those are the fine
Kaflina?
airmaxxins.
Nice. 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 Nice.
And that's my exhibition.
Let me find that one.
This is another prop.
Ooh, we got props. We got props. Okay, now I'm trying to look at your exhibition. Oh. Ooh, it's pretty. How did you make the ground do that?
Ground?
The water in the...
Oh, inside the well?
Yes.
Yeah, that's, I used, an octagonal shaped piece of,
This one seems smaller.
yeah, it is. This is another prop.
What is it, a bun? A pan
It's a
chocolate?
Yeah.
But Oliver got one before and it was like double the size, and then I was like, that looks really good, so I'm gonna get one, and then mine is like real dinky. Tiny. Oh, whoa.
I used a sheet of, acrylic, like plexiglass, that, has this surface called radiance.
Wow.
Radiance.
So you just, did you,
So I got to cut into the right dimensions, like octagonal shape, and yeah.
how did you cut it?
I just got it cut by a supplier. I got custom made.
Do you know what the name of the supplier is?
Yeah, it's called Lead Hotel. Apparently, whoever they get the radiant perspex from is no longer making it though, so I don't know if that means that it's super rare, or like if there's just another company that will start making it again, or like already make it or something. But it's beautiful, it's really cool. It's like rainbow, holographic. Yeah.
Do you have any like spare parts of it?
No, no, I just have that octagonal shape, which I guess will just become like my mirror or something in my room after this exhibition. Unless somebody buys it, which I don't know if they will.
How much does it cost?
It costs $3,300.
Australian or other?
Australian. Australian. But I didn't really think it through because it's not really saleable. Like, it's an ephemeral thing. Like, you can't permanently set it up because the water will just go stagnant and disgusting. You know what I mean? So I didn't really think it through. Like, I didn't discuss with the gallery, like, whether if it was to sell, it would sell as, like, a set of instructions for making it.
Like a ready-made kind of?
Yeah, because, like, I guess my idea of it is that it's something that can be constructed temporarily for a temporary exhibition. Whereas, so if somebody, so it's like a set of materials and then an instruction for setting it up in that configuration. But if somebody wanted it to be permanent, I would have to sort of create a permanent version that would be different. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It would have to have like a water filtration system and like, yeah, I don't know. I would just have to sort of remake it in order, like, for it to be like.
Tell me more about how you made it in the first place. Like, what is it exactly? There's real water in it?
There is water. There's like 200 or 300 liters of water in it.
Wow. I can't even like fathom that. I mean, I'm not on the metric system, so.
How many liters per gallon?
I mean, I get like, so it'd be like 100 2-liter bottles worth? How deep is it? Like a meter deep?
No, not a meter. It's like maybe 30 centimeters deep. It's about a foot deep.
Yeah.
And then the diameter of the well, like the interior diameter, is nearly a meter. It's like 92 or 93 centimeters, I'm pretty sure. Octagonal. It's not perfectly circular. It's octagonal. But yeah, that doesn't seem like a lot, but that's a lot of. There's a lot of water in there. It's like something like 200 liters, I think. I didn't count it. I should have counted it when I was filling it up, but I didn't. But yeah, like.
Next time.
Right. It's a wishing well. So.
Have lots of people thrown their wishes in?
Yeah, a lot of people were reluctant to because they thought it was resin or they thought it was glass. Like they didn't think
looks
it was
like
water.
that. That's what it looks like from the picture.
Yeah. So a lot of people were like people were getting coined that, and then other people would be like, "Don't do it. It'll like bounce off if you throw it in or whatever." But some people have. Like I've made a lot of wishes into it. Most of that money is mine. I collected it for a few months, like all my change, and I threw it in. I made a lot of wishes when I did that.
Like actual
like
particular wishes? Do you remember like which wish corresponds with which coin?
No, I was just dropping handfuls in and then just making wish after wish after wish. So I dropped in a lot more coins than I made wishes, but I sort of, ended up with flurry.
Did any of them come true?
yes and no. A lot of them are still playing out.
That's good. I guess
Yeah.
that's what wishes, you know.
Yeah, a lot of them were like quite ambient wishes, you know?
Quit, what?
Ambient?
Oh. Tell
Like,
me
it
more
wasn't
about
like-
what an ambient wish means.
Like, I want a new pair of shoes tomorrow. It was like, I want my relationship with this person to be like chill and good, or like I want this person to be happy, or like, do you know what I mean? That
That's
kind of
nice.
thing.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, I get like more mood-based.
Yeah, or just sort of like, yeah, less specific. Yeah, I don't know, ambient. Yeah, I don't know quite. Yeah. Anyway.
So tell me more about your process. What like brought you to this point in your art?
Well,
And what are you bringing to this specific place?
Well, I guess the wishing well is like kind of an intersection of a few of my interests and kind of research paths as an artist. And I think as I make work, and the more that I make, I'm developing a kind of material vocabulary. So, and this is something that like I'm not even super conscious of. It just kind of happens, and then I notice as I make, and you know, as I make new projects, I'm like, oh well, okay, so I've used that material again or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so there's a convergence of like money, water, plastic, ready-made building materials, and sneakers. And these are things that have been like have popped up in projects recently. And there's it also is a work that corresponds to a particular methodology that I have used recently, which is where I basically ideate and imagine a sculptural installation and kind of work out all the variables in my head of like how I'm going to make it, what things I need to address to make sure that it's going to function properly, what I need to be able to pull it together, all this stuff. But I have no opportunity to test it until the exhibition, so it kind of has to work, you know, it's like make or break. Like I have to kind of like think everything through thoroughly enough that when I do get the opportunity to construct the work 2 days before opening in the gallery, it will work. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, in that sense, it's an ephemeral sculptural installation that corresponds to that way of working. So it's a way of working that's not really so studio-based, where I'm like creating an artwork over 2 months, and then when it's finished showing it, it's like I'm ideating, working really specifically towards that exhibition and that space and that context, and realizing something in that context. And then when the exhibition finishes, all of the component parts, like the wishing well gets pulled apart, and all of the component parts get redistributed. So like the blocks go back into the storeroom because they were recycled from somebody else's artwork that shows at that gallery. I'll start wearing the shoes because they're in my size. Like I'll collect all the money again and like, I don't know, bank it or whatever. Maybe make another project with it. Do you know what I mean? Like everything sort of redistributes, like goes back out into the world.
I like that.
And then, like, I guess, like, conceptually or thematically, like, I'm really interested in currency. I don't know. Currency for me is like an access point for like value and economies and all of the implications of those things. So, like, I'm really interested in how, like, value is this kind of, like, faith-based, it's like a collective faith-based system. where like, you know, everybody has to sort of make an agreement that a given thing is valuable for it to have that value.
Yeah.
And so currency is a really great embodiment of that because it's just a piece of plastic.
Essentially so.
You know, yeah. But like we all sort of agree that it represents a certain value and that allows us to use it for it to function. But like art is exactly the same thing. Like you have to have faith that art is priceless. Otherwise it's just like a random assemblage of like shit that you can just buy from the hardware store, which is what my exhibition is. Do you know what I mean?
So you don't think art has like an aesthetic quality to it? Or like so it's like you're kind of moving away from or rejecting like essentialism? You know?
Yeah, maybe. Well, I just think that that's really interesting. That like, because I totally agree that like art has an aesthetic value, and like this project is very much about that as well. This kind of because like I see any given economic system, whether it's like the system of like currency or like the art world or systems of sharing or gift giving, these kinds of things. There's like a tangible, quantifiable aspect to all of these systems where there's like numbers and profits and surplus and deficits and, you know, these sorts of things. But for every given every economic system, I think is also governed or based upon these really intangible qualities of like desire or speculation or faith or confidence or progress, or do you know what I mean? Or like aesthetic beauty. So I guess like that's what I'm kind of trying to gesture at with this project. It embodies like two sides. I don't know. The other thing, sorry, it's kind of like.
No, I like it.
Because the other thing with exhibition that I find very fascinating is it's a threshold in a way where we shift from this like quantifiable economic state into this like metaphysical state. It's like you're exchanging like money of your own, do you know what I mean, that represents a certain value, putting it into the wishing well in exchange for this very intangible thing, which is a wish, right? So it's like this kind of performs that threshold or that sort of dual function of an economy. And I'm like really interested in like.
So it's like the perfect place and the perfect.
That is a really loud.
It finally came.
So yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but it's interesting. It's like when you throw money into a wishing well, it kind of goes outside of the system of profit or something. Do you know what I mean? Like the idea is that the wishing well is like a void or a kind of sacred space outside of economic circulation. You know?
Exactly.
So I find that interesting.
Good. My roommate just got home.
What?
Oh,
I'm on a Skype call with my friend from Australia.
oh yeah, I'm kind of interested in like a wishing well being like a space in which money gets cleansed or something. Because like another thing that I love about currency and about money is that it's super profane. Like it's something that is common to us all, and it's dirty, and it exchanges hands, and it sort of money is like undiscerning. Money doesn't care who's holding it. Do you know what I mean? Money isn't like it's like it'll go wherever it gets taken. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's very profane, and I feel like I'm an advocate of the profane. Or like that's something that I think is like really interesting and cool, and like to me much more important and vital and human than the sacred, which is what we're kind of taught to like revere or want. I think more so than the profane. Anyway, so I don't know if like throwing money into a wishing well is almost like this gesture of like throwing money from the profane space of circulation into this like sacred space of like
Beyond commerce.
Yeah, no longer having to circulate, just to like sit in a pool of water, you know.
Nice.
Anyway, so
That's beautiful.
And so like yeah, I wanted the wishing well to kind of like simultaneously be like very like concretely, tangibly made up, like very tangibly constructed. Like you can really see what it's made of, and that it's like.
How do the shoes float like that?
Because they've got crazy air bubbles, like aerosols, and they're very light.
So like if you like, have they flipped over at all?
Twice they have.
How often do you go check up on your installation?
I've checked out once or twice. Like the gallery minders are very good at looking after it, so they kind of do it for me.
That's nice of them.
Yeah.
Where's the collaboration with Hamishi? Which one is that? It's the
It's the painting.
The painting of the green and the blue and the pink? Or the painting that's inside the bag?
Oh, if you go back to the page.
I'm looking at the page, yeah.
It's just like if you scroll down, it's like in the background. It's like on the wall.
What is it? Is it the painting of? It's not this painting with the yen and the dollar sign and the.
No, you've got to go to this page one. Oh, sorry, I got a G-chat. Hold on. This one. That should take you to like the specific page of the position.
With the T-shirt?
Yeah, that's the painting.
Nice.
This one.
Oh, it's so pretty. I like these pictures. And meaningful.
Cool.
Do you do a lot of work with, like, are there any other artists that you're working with or that you want to work with?
Well, I worked with Holly on a poster for that exhibition. If you actually check the page, like the very last page. I'll send you the URL for that. This one. That's like images of installation and then like a graphic that I made, and then this string of text that's kind of formatted to look like a shopping receipt, and the text is I'll email you a larger, higher resolution version of that. It's very small.
Thank you.
I think, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I work with Holly a bit, and like, yeah, even if we're not kind of explicitly working together on a project, like obviously like Holly's like super informative on my practice, because I sort of soundboard with her so much, and she like, forms.
You bounce ideas off each other a lot?
Yeah, totally, and I feel like I've learned really a lot from Holly. Like, yeah, she's like influenced my thinking and my politics and my ethics a lot. So, yeah, and then, yeah, I worked with Hamishi on this painting. I worked with this artist at Brook before on my last big exhibition in New Zealand, which other sculptural installation kind of works for that.
Thank you.
But as part of that, I made a video with Brooke that is like on our page, so that's something you can look at that if you want to. But she's a really incredible dancer and has this like rigorous dance practice that's very, I think, kind of essentially like deconstructive, because she went through really intensive training from a young age in ballet, and I think she is kind of, she just really like rejects the like normative kind of rigid structure of ballet, specifically in relation to its sort of semiotic, I don't know, semiotics, like in ballet, or like representation, like this idea that certain movements are like representational of something, like an emotion or an habit. So, practice a lot about finding things to structure dance performance other than narrative or emotion. I don't know if that makes sense, but
1 minute.
I think
Okay. I think she's all right. So ballet?
yeah. So Brooke has really amazing dance practice that's very much about, I think, deconstructing like normative contemporary dance tropes and like pushing dance performance into like spaces of like non-representation or just like pure repetition or like
Hey, it's okay. She's gonna just lie down. Just lie down. Okay, lie down. It's really hot. Maybe you want something cool on your back for a little bit. A cool washcloth or something, make you feel better. Uh-oh, I'm on the floor. All right. That's fascinating. But sorry. I want to think more about your ballet, but I think I'm going to put my child back to sleep now.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Okay.
You look really angelic in the line of your piano.
Oh, really?
Yeah, thank you for listening.
Thank you for talking to me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I miss you.
Yeah, likewise.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish I could.
Next time we'll freestyle. Okay. Kisses to Holly. Bye, guys.